information is being told and shared through the internet, news media, what have you. But also, but there was a period of time there during the 1900 to 1959, not so much. Now, it's greatly increased. Part of that, I think, is part of the information age, but the other half, I think, is because the ecology of North America is becoming more friendly to the habitat and the lifestyle of the Bigfoot. Now, to me, there is two, in my opinion, there are two types of squatches. You have the primitive squatches that are still in areas where they probably haven't seen a man except maybe from a far, far distance. Then you have what I like to call a suburban squatch. These squatches have actually learned to be in areas close by to the civilization of man. And have actually learned to thrive and flourish, just like the coyotes, just like the bears, just like a lot of the deer. A lot of these things have handled around the outside of certain small towns and stuff like that. A couple of years ago, I had a friend that was with us out by Willow Springs, Missouri, and he kept on telling me of this one hot spot. For years he kept on telling me about it, but he wouldn't take me. And they only show up during the dead of winter, he said. So he'd go out there, and he'd park his truck before dark. He'd get out a used horse blanket, this Damascus smell, and he'd sit back there in that bed with this thing, with his camera, is the night vision, his thermal going. And then sure enough, come about dark, they start coming out and milling around. He says, but when I show you where it is, you're not going to believe it. Finally, 2 years he took me out there, and it wasn't about Willow Springs, but it was in the surrounding area. Finally, he took me out in this area, and he parked it right there. He said, see, all that brush and that land, that's where I'm seeing them. But look what's next door. And sure enough, right next door was an elementary school. Cleared out, big old elementary school. And he goes, this is what puzzles me. Why would these things hang around so close to a school? And I said, really? I said, you can't figure this out? I said, man, this is free bread and circus. This is free food and entertainment. At night, they go in those dumpsters and they eat all that stuff the kids want. And then during the day, they hang back in that brush and be entertained by what those kids are doing out there in the fields. Next. It is our responsibility for our generation to ensure the future of the next generation of squatchers. By the way, that's my daughter, HT. Next. Once again, I don't know why that program didn't come up. Go to let's see here. Let's see where that is. Well, there was a movie. Not in there. Nope, it's gone. Anyway, so, by the way, this right here is a picture of that was done by Sibylla Irwin, a very talented artist, and this was from a witness account out in northern Arkansas. That's Daddy, by the way. A couple of years ago, this gentleman went to check on some land that his father left to him on top of a mountain. He went up this dirt road, and as he rounded turned the corner, this is January. It was about 7, so around January is just coming on dawn. He comes around this corner, and here's this big old fur ball sitting in the middle of the road. Well, it wasn't very large. He thought it was a baby bear. So he rolled to a stop about 10 feet away, honked its horn. And all of a sudden, from his right side comes Mama out of the brush, picks up baby in the middle of the road, swings it on her back, and takes off into the brush. Out of amazement, he steps out of his car like, did I just see that? Well, no sooner than he stepped out of his car, a rock, a small rock, hit the top of his vehicle. He turned around and was like, where'd that come from? And there was Daddy, looking hacked, not more than 6 feet away from him. Said the thing was about 7 foot tall and his shoulders about 3 foot wide. They looked at each other for a brief couple of seconds, and then Daddy just reared up and went, ah! He hopped back in the car. All he could see was the back of the thing's legs, and going in the brush after Mommy and Dad. After Mommy and Baby. He said that thing was really hacked off because as I was driving off, it kept on screaming and hollering and cracking limbs and all that good stuff. And I went up to the entrance where my father's land was, and I had to stop there because the only way I could get out of that area was the back way, the same way I came in. So he had to step there, and he listened to Daddy growl and snap and try to throw rocks at him and stuff like that. After a while, it died down. He says, that thing must have been really hacked. And I said, well, in a way, yes. I said, there's a reason why it was making such a grand show. He wanted to focus off of Mommy and Baby while they were getting away. Granted, it was probably a little hacked off that you almost hit the baby, but it wanted to distract while the Mommy and Baby were making their escape. So after a while, Daddy calmed down. He went back down there, and once again, because of why? The point where the baby was sitting in the middle of the road, dead deer gutted out. Old boy went to the nearest town, went to McDonald's, got a good cup of coffee, and stared at it for an hour. It took him 2 years to come forward and tell that story. When I talked to him, he didn't submit it with me up road. He left a phone message saying he'd like to talk to somebody. I talked to him. When he told me that story, it took me 30 minutes to convince him to submit that story. He really didn't want to. I mean, I think I used the word beg, implored, and beseeched all in the same sentence. I trust witnesses that are a little bit more hesitant than I do eager ones. Let's put it that way. There's one more film clip. Once again, I think it's important that we not only focus on what they do, but why they do it. How many people have seen there should be the one with the Oklahoma cop one. I know we talked that. Who saw the Georgia cop dash cam clip? You know why that? And the question was, okay. Do you have any more stuff on that? I figured you might. I got the just so that. Let's I'll pull it right out of there then.
Give them a short overview of how the video.
Okay, the video came about. The cop was with a rider, and of course, a lot of cops nowadays has a dash cam, and it has night vision on it. And they were just driving down there doing patrol. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, right in front of them was something that we might think was a squatch run out in the road with. Yeah, go ahead and hit play on that. This is the original one, by the way. This is originally from the plane.
county since I was 12 years old.
Just happy chatting along.
And he's farm. I do got the land. And anybody coming on my property who looks no good, I wish you would.
See it?
What? Well, did you see that? Yes.
Okay, stop there.
Holy crap.
Now, ever heard the joke, why did the chicken cross the road? Well, now I'm going to show you why the Bigfoot crossed the road. On the little one over there where it says step, on the rewind, click that button there, and go back, just keep on clicking until it goes back. There you go. Okay, there we go. Now, a few frames back, you gotta go ahead because when it's still framed, like Paul alluded to, it's not very good to get still shots. But you can see right through there, you can make out the legs. Now go forward. No, step forward. This is the reason why it was there, I believe. Keep going on up, about the point where he was. So he made an exit. I mean, he ran from across the road from there to there. The reason why is freeze. Roadkill. He was having a little late night snack. That's something you didn't see on fire. Keep going. You can go up a little bit closer. See, this is what caught my eye. Was the blood stain right here, this right here, plus the white paint was something was covering it too. And I kept on going back, forth. Why did the Bigfoot cross the road? Get to the deer on the other side. Folks, these are my opinions. These are opinions that are based on the stuff that I've looked at and researched. If it makes any sense to you, I hope that you learned something from it. And that's all I have to offer. Thank you so much for having me.